Broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We're going to get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is our live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us is El Ninos, Jay Briggs with us, Nick Mankin, Brian Bittler. I hope he's up. He's there. He looked like he was. Yeah, he's moving. There we go. Razowaki, and we got Chris Ruffalo here. A special appearance from Chris, and here's how they'll line up for this evening. Ninos, Briggs, Ruffalo, Bittler, Zawacki, Mencken, and then I will close this one out. All right. Football from Major League Baseball, 15-game card. No afternoon action, so we'll have everything under the lights tonight. Of course, we do have that big NBA game here tonight as well, so lots happening tonight here with Game 4 from Miami and Denver. We're going to cover that right off the bat to start the show. So let's go ahead and welcome in El Ninos. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring El Ninos in right now. Ready to roll with El. El, what's happening?
I'm pretty good, Tony. How are you doing?
Excellent. All right, here we go. It's the big one already. We started off here tonight with this one between the Nuggets and the Heat. Something that just drew my attention here has been this line move, right? This is the sharpest book in the world here. And it's funny because we saw the line go the other way after Game 3. Maybe the zigzaggers are saying something here because we saw 3.5 just about an hour ago. Now it's down to what Nuggets 2.5. The total sits to 11.5.
Yeah, I think you touched a bit on this one with Jay before Game 3, where you had said something about maybe staying off Game 3 and then jumping on, zigging or zagging on whoever lost Game 3 and picking them for Game 4. And I think, I don't think that was the worst strategy, especially with Denver winning Game 3 and considering how unimpressive, I would say, they've been on the road this season. And I think the Heat should be able to defend their home court and split this homestand here for these two games at home here before heading back to Denver. And obviously it's a much tougher matchup for them in Denver, and I hate talking about must wins before elimination games, but this is pretty much as close as it gets. If they go down 3-1 in this series before heading back to Denver, it's going to be real tough to come back from that. And so I think we see a huge effort here from the Heat to even this series up. I like them on the money line, really. I sent you this pick earlier when we were getting the 3.5 points. Now not getting even the 3 or hardly getting the 3. I see some 3s that are juiced. So if you want to pay that extra juice for that third point, be my guest. But I think the better value at this point is on that money line. And pretty much just at this point, I guess, we're still looking at the, I guess I send my pick as the points. But if you're not getting the 3.5 points, I'd rather just take the Heat on the money line here and get some plus money.
All right, Anita says, look, Heat money line. If you get the 3.5, you might roll that, but those 3.5s are gone. We're seeing 2.5s, 3s now in the marketplace. As you said, looks like the zigzag is in order here in this one. As you said, we saw that big line move last time. The move hit with the Nuggets in Game 3. Now we go to Game 4. Of course, a couple of things going here in Game 4 is the fact that Heat, again, had that poor shooting performance, and they just got crushed on the glass. That was the big thing, is that something we've seen from the Heat is their ability to rebound and do the dirty work, but they didn't do that. And the Nuggets totally out dominated them on the glass, the points in the paint. Of course, many folks remember, right? The Heat bounced back after that Game 1 defeat, won Game 2 against Denver.
Right, yeah, they did that, and I expect this series to be a little tougher than I guess a lot of people or the odds makers make these lines out to be. I know the Nuggets are great at home, but as you mentioned, right now the Heat already won one there, and as long as they don't go down 3-1, I think they can push this series pretty far. So, it should be a good one, especially if the Heat come out and win this one, and I think they do just that. You mentioned the rebounding is absurd what this Jokic can do. This guy almost had a triple-double in the first quarter in Game 3. So you're going to have to find a way to body him and, box him out. And it's a lot of work trying to take care of this Jokic, but they have to figure some kind of game plan for him. And obviously I don't think they get off to as poor a start or go as far behind as they did in Game 3. And I think this game is more competitive throughout and competitive enough for them to just pull off the upset. Well, I guess it is an upset. Yes, you're at home as a small money line dog.
Here we go. Alaninos Heat with the plus, or he prefers now with the line move, the Heat money line plus 125. This one will have a start time here, 8:30 Eastern time over on ABC. All right, Alaninos, let's take a look over at Pick Document for tonight's action. Of course, Al been on fire this year over in Major League Baseball, 1,185 units of profit. All document over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can verify that by just going to Alaninos' handicapper page. All right, Al, big card from Major League Baseball, that single from the NBA. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Got 5 plays in the MLB and all. I got a 3-pack. You can check that out, or you can get my $19 Grand Slam, which I don't believe is not included in that 3-pack. And again, only way to get all 5 plays today is on those long-term or 2-for-1 capper passes. So make sure you grab one of those. They're always your best deals.
That's right, guys. Got to need us over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results here in Major League Baseball. That $19 premium is up there as well. Some Grand Slam, also first pitch play up there. Some plays from El Nino. So get on board with these 3-pack up there right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. Or instead, it is a Friday. Very popular package here is that 3-day All Sports Pass. To get all of El Nino's premium plays for 3 days is Friday, Saturday, Sunday action. Use promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. Add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. Al, it's always great having you show. To you that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But everybody know they can catch you also on the weekend shows here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern.
That's right. We should be back on tomorrow with Mitch and the crew, as you mentioned, 10 a.m. Eastern, Saturday and Sunday. Make sure you tune into that. No football for now on the weekends, but still plenty of action. You know, we still got the NBA and the NHL finals going on, and always baseball on every day. So always some value there.
Yeah, every weekend there's at least 15 games. So you guys have 15 games to choose from on the Saturdays, Sundays, no doubt. All right, Al, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week.
All right, have a good one, Tom.
You got it. Alaninos here on the drive through. Let's continue on. Now it's time to welcome in Jay Briggs. You'll catch him over at Pick Dodge. Remember to roll here with Jay. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening?
What's going on? It's going great. Looking forward to the action tonight on the hoops, and of course lots of baseball as well to keep the mind occupied. I mean, we're just kind of a multitask culture now, where we just can't just look at one game. We got lots to choose from, which is a lot different now. You got to experience that at a much younger age than we did. There's no doubt about that. All right, here we go. West Coast baseball tonight. Mariners on the road here to face the Angels. Ohtani on the mound here is going to get a lot of attention tonight. Angels minus 108, total sits 7.5.
Yes, sir. Like you said, a lot of attention. Ohtani is on the mound today, but I'm giving respect to the other side of the mound as well, Luis Castillo. I think the best way to play this game as a whole, take it under. I believe that the total is low in this game for good reason at 7.5. Ohtani, he hasn't looked the best recently. His nemesis, the Astros, cranked him again. But I do think today should be a bounce-back outing for him today. The Mariners have not been hitting the ball at all recently, and I don't think today is the day they magically wake up. I think this should be a nice outing from Ohtani. And like I said, I will give some respect to Castillo on the other side. He's been solid, 2.5 ERA this season. Went solid against my Rangers. He ended up losing the game, but only gave up 2 runs in 7 innings, pitched 5 hits against the best offense in baseball. I trust him tonight as well. He looked good against Pittsburgh. I think he has another solid outing. I think both pitchers probably go pretty deep in this one, 5, 6, 7 innings. And I think when it's all said and done, this is an under-type game, so I'm going to take it under the 7.5.
All right, he says go ahead and go under the total here of 7.5. Castillo has pretty much been I don't say unhittable, but he's only given up 1 run earned in his past 3 starts. So Ohtani, a really good history here. 7 starts here against Seattle in his lifetime. ERA 1.64, whip of .93. So very good success here for Ohtani here against the Mariners. And of course, Castillo's has been on a heck of a run right now over his past 3 starts.
Yes, sir. Like you said, Ohtani, he's owned Seattle, and this sets up to be a nice bounce back for him. And Castillo, he even surprised me what he did against my Rangers. I watched that entire game. No, actually, I was in attendance for that game, and it was a really good game, 2-0 ball game, but still got it done. And I think tonight he has another solid outing. Under 7.5 seems a great place to be.
And both pitches are trending heavily under when you look at some of the trends here for the under. Mariners, Angels under 7.5. This one will have a start time here of 9:30 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium. Jay has been solid in Major League Baseball. As you can see, 1,079 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dodge Premium, so you can verify those numbers by going to Jay's Handicapper page, where the results are delivered immediately following the conclusion of every game up there. So you can add them up. You can see it'll add up here very well here in baseball. Last 30 days, all sports, 610 units, 475 last 7 days, showing profit again yesterday. All right, Jay, big board from baseball, single from the NBA. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yes, sir. Beautiful Friday. A lot of action out there. I have 4 plays in total, but to get off 4, you have to be on long term. If you want to buy a play individually, I have 2 for sale. I have my $19 MLB Dog of the Day. Dog of the Month, excuse me. I absolutely love a dog today on the card. Think they win the game outright. It's my favorite dog of the month. You can scoop it up $19. And then, of course, I have my favorite play in the NBA Finals game. You can scoop that up as well. Or, like I said, hop on some long-term, get all my plays today and every play that I release during the time frame of the package that you get, man. So, pair me up 2-for-1 capper special, and let's continue making money here at Pick Dogs.
That's right. Continue making money with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results here in Major League Baseball. Get on board with Jay with the long-term pass. A lot of people on the weekend like that 3-day pass, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, loaded with baseball. Big cards, 15-game cards here. You get the NBA as well. If he's in action with the NHL playoffs as well, that's covered too. Pick is a promo code, save that 15% off at checkout. All right, Jay, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. Let everybody know about your NBA live show. It's in archive right now, and how we're looking forward with that, with the live shows. I know you'll be doing work as well on the morning show as well on the weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will be on the morning show Saturday and Sunday. I shot the live jam session today. I had Mitch on. Had to get his opinion on, see what what he thought about the Heat. So y'all want to see that? That episode is up on archive, and also yesterday's episode is up on archive as well with Big Al McMorty. We talked about today's game as well. So 2 great episodes. Y'all could go tune in right before the game, hear opinions from both of those guys and myself. The original jam session is up, and so the schedule moving forward, I think we're back Monday for Game 5.
Yep, the rest of the series, there's 3 days. There's 2 days rest as we go the rest of the series now.
Okay, so Monday. So I probably won't drop any NBA content over the weekend. So I'll be back Monday though. I'll be back Monday with the original jam session and the live show.
That's right. So guys, make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications, so when the Jay drops live, when he's live, you get the plays right away. Of course, go back and watch the archives. Big Al and yesterday, Mitch, today's heavy hitters on that NBA jam session, guys. So make sure you tune in and see what they're on. All right, Jay, have yourself a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week.
Yes, sir, Tony T, man. I'll see you on Monday.
You got it.
Hello Series starts today, man. Should be a good one. 2 best teams in baseball. I'm super excited.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're raising Rangers going in. A lot of plus. You see that big plus next to those Rangers with Heaney on the hill.
Yeah, I know, man. Y'all know Heaney's not my favorite, but I don't know, man. It should be a good series and a good game, man. I'm excited about this one.
Yep, all attention here with the Rays and Rangers. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up with you next week. Jay Briggs here on The Drive-Thru. Guys, if you miss a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue here on The Drive-Thru. Next up, Chris Ruffalo. We missed him on Wednesday, but true to his word, I'll be here on Friday, and he's here Friday. So we'll bring him in right now, catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. I think we're ready to roll here with Jay. Chris is coming to us from the Skype world today. Chris, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. I told you, man of my word, even if I am a little bit under the weather, I'll still be here, rain or shine. So
that's right. Rain or shine.
You know, you can never get rid of me.
That's right. Here we go. Astros and Guardians going head to head. This one's razor tight here. Astros a slight favorite, total of 8.
Yeah, Antonio, I'm taking the Houston Astros in this one. I like Christian Javier. I like what he's done. He's won his last 5 starts. He's allowed 1 run in each, and he's gone 6 innings in 3 of those 4 starts. But more importantly for me, I think this is a nice bounce-back spot for Houston. The offense really tailed off over the course of the last 3 games of their series against Toronto. They scored 2 runs, and 1 run in the last 3 games. And, they're getting one of their better pitchers on the mound here against a Cleveland offense that's been inconsistent. 28th in baseball this season in runs per 9 inning, putting up just 3.78 runs per 9. Houston, not a whole lot better. They're in 18th. They're putting up around 4.5 runs per 9 innings. But I just think they have a pitching edge here. I know Logan Allen has pitched well as a rookie for the Guardians. But I just feel that, you're not going to get many prices like this with the Houston Astros come September. And the thing about Christian Javier is that he's pitched well. He pitched twice against the Guardians last year, had a 0.77 ERA, and that was against a Guardians team that I think was just much better offensively than this year's version of the Guardians. So I got to go with the Houston Astros. We're getting him at a pretty much coin flip price, and I'm going to take him with the I'm going to lay the juice with the Astros in this one.
All right, Chris here with the Astros. Slight favorites to do your line shop and get the best numbers. Yeah, the Guardians, they scored some runs, but that was against Paxton, Crawford, Dermody. Those were the starters there for Boston. And, of course, they struggle a little bit with that Minnesota pitching staff because there are some pretty good arms there in Minnesota. Yeah, that was my question here with the Guardians when I saw this line. I said, wait a minute. We just saw them against Boston. Now they're facing one of the top pitching staffs in baseball. This is an Astros team that gives up about 3.3 runs a game on the road.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, it's basically been next man up for Houston because, they lost Jose Urquidy. They lost Luis Garcia. And what's happened? Hunter Brown has stepped in and filled a void. J.P. France has stepped in and filled a void. Even Brandon Bielak, who was once just a long relief bullpen arm, he's transitioned into a starting role, and they're doing fine. It's not like they're, guys that are just stepping in and looking out of place. They're pitching well, and they're giving their team a chance to win, which is all you can really ask for. And the Astros still have one of the better bullpens in baseball as well. So I think it's just been a next man up mentality for Houston, and you can clearly see it.
Yeah, and of course, McCullers Jr., right? He was supposed to be part of this. Yeah. There's a lot. Yeah,
fair.
Yeah.
See, that just goes to show you, I forgot about McCullers Jr.
Yes, everyone forgets about him. I know, because he's a junior. So we got there we go. I remember his daddy when he pitched. But anyway, Chris here on the Astros minus 107 here against the Guardians. This would have a start time here, top of the hour. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight's action. Of course, a big card from Major League Baseball, 15 games here. That big game from the NBA tonight. NHL comes back tomorrow. You see the great results from Chris here in the NHL. 921 units of profit. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
So I got a couple things going on tonight. It's all baseball for me today. I got my $19 MLB pickoff play. Also got a couple of 3-packs on the board there. My triple play. Also got my dog pound 3 plus money underdog winners if you like betting underdogs. With the best value, hop on a long-term pass. I got my wild weekend pass for $69 for 3 days. Get you all the weekend action. Hockey, NBA, and MLB. Can't go wrong.
That's right, guys. I got aboard with Chris over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results in the NHL. 921 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. So you get on board with Chris with that $19 pickoff play. Or again, the long-term passes will serve you well. Look at that 3-day pass. A lot of folks like that 3-day pass here on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Get all of Chris's premium plays. We've got the NHL game on Saturday. And you probably have one in there Monday if they play. And actually Tuesday, I believe, with the way the schedule works. Because the NBA comes back on Monday. So anyway, you'll probably get an NBA play there on Monday. So get on board with that 3-day pass. Pick as a promo code. Save that 15% off. All right, Chris, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But let everybody know what's going on over at Pick Dogs because we can catch you on the morning shows, the Puck Dogs video series, and of course you do film those individual videos as well.
Yeah, the individual daily preview videos. Also doing the home run prop show. So if you like player props, you like betting on home runs, well, we've been doing those every day. We've had some nice success with it. But best way to make sure that you get notified is to hit that notification bell. Also, when you're subscribed, so that you can be the first to be in the know when we drop the newest content here at Pick Dogs. You can get the best possible price.
Yeah, get that best possible price, guys. Hit that subscribe button right there and set notifications. All right, Chris, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Sounds good, Tony. See you then.
See you then. Chris Ruffalo here on the Drive Thru. Guys, if you miss a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. I think we're ready to roll here. Up next, we're going to go over to Brian Bittler. Bittler will be joining us here on the Drive Thru. Let's see what game he's got on the board tonight. We're going to go some American League action today, right? We're going to go here with this the White Sox game tonight here as they're facing they'll be facing the Marlins, and we'll get the game up here for you here in just a second. So we'll go ahead and bring in Brian Bittler. We'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Now let's bring him in right now. He's put up some really good numbers up on the site. Let's see if we can bring in Brian Bittler in right now. Here we go, Brian Bittler, ready to roll. Brian, what's happening?
Hey, Tony T, glad to be here on a Friday with all my good buddies. I see this is a loaded drive-through show here for Friday night, and I'm excited. I'm leaving for vacation on Saturday or Sunday. I'll be on vacation for a month, but I don't think I'll miss any drive-through dates. I'm going to try to make it a point to make sure I make my appointment.
Yeah, Craig, that's right. Brian will make his appointment here on the show, so don't worry about that. He'll be giving you the coverage here that you want, the picks that you like here on the drive-thru, and we're going to be looking here at the game as we get it queued up here. tonight here from Major League Baseball, and we'll go ahead and put that game up here right now as Brian will be looking at this Marlins and White Sox game going head-to-head in about a few hours here. We're showing the White Sox your favorite here, minus 118. The total sits here at 8.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to roll with the Chicago White Sox for my play for the drive-through for Friday night. The White Sox have massively underperformed this year, but they've improved a little bit lately. 6-4 last 10 straight up. White Sox have Dylan Cease on the mound. This guy has all-star caliber stuff and finally starting to put it together, I think, this season. 4 of his last 5 starts have been strong starts. Miami, they might be the hottest team in baseball. I think that's going to draw in a lot of the bandwagon guys, especially at this price. You're getting plus money with the red hot Marlins. Yuri Perez on the mound, and he's had great stuff for a 20-year-old, but he hasn't gone more than 5 innings. I don't think of any of his starts this year. I think the White Sox, when they win this game, they're going to get to the Marlins bullpen, and that's where they walk it off. Marlins struggle on Friday, 16-34 last 50 Friday games. They're also 15-38 last 53 following a day off. So for me, I'm going to take the Chicago White Sox on the money line tonight to get it done.
All right, we have Brian here on the White Sox here, money minus 122 here against this Marlins team. And of course, this is a Perez pitcher here who's only averaging, going about 5 innings a game, although they've been effective this season. Of course, Cease is a crusty veteran, have coming off a really good outing here against Detroit, but faced a lot of weak hitters lineups here. Detroit, Cleveland over his past 3 starts. Let's face it, that AL Central not really strong in hitting the baseball this year.
No, definitely not. The White Sox were the team I believe I picked to win the Central, and I didn't expect them to be so shoddy. But I just think White Sox are a team that you're going to want to maybe bet for the next month or two, because I have a feeling they're going to be going on a hot streak. They're too talented to be this far under 500. And the Marlins, everybody knows I love the Miami Marlins. I almost took them every single day last year, and now they're winning. So 8 straight wins, that kind of scares me off a little bit. So for me, the Chicago White Sox, even at this number, is a value tonight.
Look at the value there. Marlins team that's just 1 game under 500 on the road, showing plus units, and of course overall 35-28 plus 9.1 units. And of course, here's something that's staring you right in the face here, Brian. Miami and Interleague this year 13-2.
13-2. That's a tough number to go against, but I wonder what. That is a tough number to go against, but I think if we added up how the Miami Marlins have performed over the last 4 or 5 years in interleague play, we probably have a different number. But
that's right. But remember, Don Manley isn't the manager anymore. So I think you have to kind of wipe out some of those historical trends. Maybe, I don't know.
That's the truth. I love the Miami Marlins. It's just that the Chicago White Sox are too good, and teams usually play to the back of their baseball cards. And there's no way the White Sox are a 8 to 10 game under 500 team. I see this team being over 500 by the time the season's over, at least.
Yeah, there's nobody. It's kind of this division reminds me of a 2-mile turf race in horse racing, where everybody's going slow and they're waiting for that one horse to kind of speed up the pace, and they'll keep up with them. And we'll see how this. Remember, there's the first place team in the AL Central has a losing record. I don't think people thought about this when we started getting rid of divisional games. Hey, we may have we're going to have some losing teams win the divisions, and that's what we see. Or maybe not. We'll see how the math works out. But
well, look at the Philadelphia Phillies last year. They didn't have I don't think they had a losing record, but they definitely weren't the pride of the National League, and they made it all the way to the World Series. So anything can happen.
162 games. If you just get hot the final 20 and you play your best there, then that's all that matters, right? It carries into the postseason. Brian here, White Sox here, minus 122. He feels he's on the book side. He thinks everybody's the bandwagon. The Marlins got a bit of bandwagon right now. Ready to chop at the book here, even though it is Square Dance Friday. He says nope. He's gonna
Square Dance Friday.
He's gonna circle around the squares tonight, 8 Eastern time. Right, Brian. Let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, we do have a big card for Major League Baseball, 15-game card, the big NBA game tonight. You see, Brian's results have been fantastic here in baseball. Nearly 600 units of profit for 2023. All showing great profit last 30 days, last 7 days, coming off winning day yesterday. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
I tell you what, maybe I should have called it Hog Wild Fridays, because I have 5 premium plays today, and I haven't had a five play day in probably since college football. But I love the card tonight, and my best 3 plays are in my Square Dance and 3-pack. You can get my three best bets just for $50 at pickdogs.com. I have one Major League Baseball, one WNBA, and one NBA. And my overall best bet is my titanium play. That's long term 174, 125, and 1. That's over the last 319 plays, 58% winners. Short term 32, 22, and 1, last 55 for a 59% hit rate. So make sure you head on over to pickdogs.com, pick up that titanium play.
And board here with Brian Pierre over at Pick Dogs. That titanium $19 premium play is up there on the board. Long-term passes as well. We talk about that. Save money, get the long-term pass. A lot of you folks on the weekend like that 3-day pass. We got big baseball cards here, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sprinkling as well some NBA finals, some NHL in there as well. And of course, Brian with the WNBA up on the board tonight. We got 5 games on the board tonight, WNBA. WNBA picks up once this NBA finals is over. So Brian is starting early. So he'll be ready to roll when you guys are looking for hoops.
Dipping my toe in.
Tipping his toe in, because I know there's a lot of interest in WNBA once the season's over, the NBA season is over. People like their hoops, and it gets a lot of good television coverage, even on the major networks everywhere. So even though you're not a major coverage now, but once the NBA season is over, then you start to see it. You definitely start to see it after that.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to try to get one play a day in the WNBA, try to keep it consistent for sure.
Yep. And we go all the way to the middle of, I think the finals into late August. So this will get you a good transition to the NFL and college football. All right, Brian, have a great night, if you would, and we'll catch up with you again. Actually, let me see. We got our appearance from Brian on that weekend show. Was it a one-off, or you go back? Or are you coming back?
Actually, that was my second appearance, and I'm going to try to make it every weekend. But the problem with this weekend is my son leaves for his mom's tomorrow, right around 10 o'clock, and then I'm leaving for my vacation. So I'm definitely going to be in as much as I can in the future on the weekends. And I kissed up the last 2 places. I had the Miami Heat this last weekend, but that's who I liked, and they ended up covered. So I guess it wasn't a kiss up pick.
I guess it wasn't after all, was it?
No, that's who I liked. I'm honest. If I didn't like him, I would have definitely went against him. But I had the Heat that day. You
had to take him that day. All right, Brian, have yourself a great weekend, a great vacation. But we'll be talking to Brian on vacation. He will chime in on the show on the drive-thru during his vacation.
For sure. I'll catch you on Monday. You guys have a good one.
You got it. Brian Biller here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, we're going to bring in Rod Zawacki. Catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. He's good to us here on the show. We'll bring him in right now. We're ready to roll with Rod Zawacki. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much. Enjoying my Friday. How about you?
I'm doing great. Enjoying Friday as well. Getting some sunshine out here finally. But tonight, we've got an interesting one here between the Reds and Cardinals. And what got my attention was this Cardinals line. I'm kind of thinking along your way. Cardinals here laying 165, a total of 8.
Yeah, you look at the Cardinals here, and I don't want to lay any juice with no Cardinals team. Montgomery's on the mound for this, and he's been awful to start the season here. And he's 2-7 with a 4.23 ERA and a 1.39 WHIP. And you look, he gets even worse when he pitches in night games, which is what we got here. He's 1-6 with a 4.47 ERA and a 1.43 WHIP. So he gets even worse. On the other side of the ball, Ben Lively getting the start, and he hasn't been bad. 3-3 on the year with a 3.03 ERA and a 1.01 WHIP. And in night games, he gets better in night games. 2-2 with a 2.29 ERA. And then you look when you throw this game to the bullpens. Surprisingly, both bullpens have about a 3.87 ERA on the season. And you look at the last 5, both bullpens have been solid. But the problem is, you look at this Cardinals team. The starters are hitting righties in the last 10. They're batting 197. That's a tough spot here. Only batting 197 against this Reds starter. Gonna be tough for them to score. And you look, the Cardinals in Game 1 of series this year, they haven't struggled. 4-16 in Game 1 of the series. So I'm going to take this big plus money with the Reds. I think they bounce back after that loss. Get out of the game they were looking to this one here. Beat up their foes in this one.
All right, we got Rod here on the Reds plus 151. And guess with these calls, if there's a complete culture change now with Cincinnati since these calls, this is a different team. This is a team that believes in themselves now. You can tell right now with these call-ups now, and they're playing at a high level. Cincinnati has been pounding lefties, 295 against lefties, a 13-7 record against left-handers this year, averaging almost 6 runs a game. And the Cardinals just hitting horribly. Over the past 10 games, just 181, Rod. It's just, again, it's been ugly for the St. Louis team.
Oh, it's just been ugly for this St. Louis team trying to score runs. And trying to score runs here, they're going to struggle here against this Reds team. Who you look at their last 5, their bullpen's been lights out, solid. Under 2 runs a game as this Reds bullpen. So in their last 5 games. I know that last one, it was a get-out game. Knew they were getting out heading from home against Kershaw on that last one. But look, they whooped them. And the Dodgers, the first 2, won the series. We're looking forward to coming here to St. Louis and beat up on them.
Yeah, well, the thing is that we can say about Kershaw, 30% strikeout guy. He's an elite rotational guy during the regular season. So that he's probably one of the, in the top 5% in baseball. You're gonna face somebody like that probably once every 12 games or so.
Right, exactly. So he Kershaw started to turn things around. He had some really bad starts, but watch out, he's starting to turn things on there. So watch out for the road.
Yeah, watch out. Keep an eye there on Kershaw's. It's not the playoffs. He always has success during the regular season. So no, this is the playoff game. We got Rod here, so we're going to talk about. Rod's not on tomorrow with me because we don't do a show tomorrow. But we're going to talk about Rod. It's a big game here. This is a big one. Okay, it's either going to be 3-1 or it's going to be 2-2. This is a really big game here. The Golden Knights and Panthers. Look at the line here, -112. The total sits at 6.
Yeah, it's almost a coin flip. So for me, I'm going to go with the Panthers. I think we get a longer series. I think the Panthers tie the series up, and we send it back to Vegas, going best of 3. So that's what I think happens here. It's a tough spot. Panthers have to. I know they got lucky there, and they scored that empty netter to tie it up, and then they got the little bit of a soft goal there in overtime. But I think they carried the momentum after they killed off that power play early in that overtime period, which was such a bogus call by the NHL. Even Gretzky said, "What was that? With 10 seconds left, you're going to call a call?" That just bogus call by the NHL refs on that one. And good on the Panthers to kill it off, because man, I would have been really choked if the Golden Knights won on that. BS trip call. That was just awful. You let them play it out when there's 10 seconds left. None of this decided game by the refs. So I hope that doesn't happen here in this one. I've seen way too much lopsided reffing in this series in the first 3 games. You look at the Golden Knights; they've scored 2 power play goals in the first 3 games of this series. I think it stops here. I don't think they get as many calls. You can't believe you can cheat so much there, Bettman, but when it becomes a little bit obvious, sorry, you got to stop that, buddy.
All right, there you go. We got a play here from the Panthers from Rod. And of course, the show pick on baseball here. Reds with that big plus money against the Cardinals tonight. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Document for tonight's action. Of course, 15 games on the board. Major League Baseball. Rod's been hot over the last 7 days. See this. 746 units of profit. All document over at Pick Document. Single from the NBA. Hey, 5 on the board from WNBA as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
And over Pick Dogs Premium, I got my $19 MLB bookie home run. You can scoop it up on a nice 11-3 run with that one. We lost it with the Astros yesterday, but hey, I love today's to bounce back there. So scoop that up singly, or you can grab it. It's Friday. Grab my Steak Friday Pass, where I've got 4 other plays in the MLB, including my $19 bookie home run, which has been absolute fire. And then I got to play in the NBA action as well. So scoop up that 5-pack, or better deal, instead of buying that 5-pack, spend another $10 and you'll grab my weekend pass. Join me for the weekend. You'll get everything I get going Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and usually there'll probably be some in there early for Monday. Definitely have the NBA in there for you early Monday. So definitely get a bonus play there as well. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. Save 15% off your purchases. Head on over. Jump aboard. Let's make some money together. Well, I'm on fire.
That's right. Got to find here with Rod Zawacki over at Pick Dogs. Great results you see over the last 7 days. 746 units of profit. That Steak Friday 5-pack is up on the board. It's right there on the grill, ready for you to eat. So get on board with that and eat some money. Get some money here from Rod with these winning picks here. 5-pack on the board. Of course, the long-term pass will serve you well. You see it there, 3, 7, or 30 pass. Pick as a promo code to save that 15% off. Right, Rod, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. Let everybody know what's on tap here for the weekends. You're in the morning show, and of course, you do the Puck Dogs video series with you and Chris.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have that Puck Dogs video will be released shortly for Game 4. Definitely like, subscribe, that way you get notified when that video is released. And definitely tune into the morning show on the weekend, because it's packed. And holy, last weekend was the most people I've ever seen on a Saturday. I don't know if we're going to eat for that, but definitely tune in to the morning show on the weekend. Definitely a good time. A lot of the familiar faces you'll see that you're seeing here on the drive-thru. You will see them on the weekend as well. Definitely look forward to seeing everybody. Smash that thumbs up. Costs you nothing. Helps us out a ton. We appreciate everybody. And,
Absolutely.
I'll see everybody else tomorrow morning. Tony, I'll see you Monday.
See you Monday indeed here. Rod Zawacki. That's right. Rod Zawacki here on the drive-thru. Have a great weekend. All right, let's continue on here with the drive-thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, top unit producer over at Pick Dogs Premium here for 2023 is Nick Mencken. He's been on an absolute tear right now over at Pick Dogs. So let's bring in Nick right now. Hope you're catching his Nerfy Yerfy series as well here on the channel. We'll bring in Nick, ready to roll with Nick Mencken. Nick, what's happening?
Tony T, how's it going, baby? Got
right.
some sun today in Arizona. It's about 104 out. Got a little sun.
Wow.
Bad day to be Rich Hill today, let me tell you.
I bet maybe tonight here. Pirates and the Mets going head-to-head. The Mets looking for some relief here, man. We need some relief. We're getting the hitting now. Let's get some relief. Pirates here minus 117, total of 9.
They do. The Mets do need somebody to help them pick them up, let's sort of speak. They scored 19 runs in their last 3 games, this New York Mets team. But let's start off with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Right now we got Rich Hill on the mound, the southpaw for that Pittsburgh Pirates team. He's got a record of 5-5. With 65.1 innings pitched on 61 strikeouts, he does put batters away in the box, I will say. This Pittsburgh Pirates team is currently 32-29 this season. They are 16-15 currently at home. This game is played in Pittsburgh today. The Pittsburgh Pirates are 6-4 in their last 10 games, but I will say their last series against the Oakland Athletics, they lost 2 out of the 3 games against that Oakland Athletics team. Not a very good team, so the Pittsburgh Pirates are looking for a bounce-back game or bounce-back series, so to speak. Let's look on this New York Mets team. Right now, Tyler McGill will be on the bump for this New York Mets team with a 5-3 record. He has 48 strikeouts on 59.1 innings pitched with a 4.4 ERA. He had a good start in his last outing against the Toronto Blue Jays. He went 5.1 innings pitched on 5 hits and given up 1 earned run. Granted, yes, I know that the New York Mets are 3-7 in their last 10 games on a 6-game losing streak. Pete Alonso isn't in this lineup tonight either, but like I said, they scored 19 runs in their last 3 games. Their last series coming off the Atlanta Braves they just played. This offense for the New York Mets has been explosive. Their record doesn't show that as of late, but they've been hitting the ball. I think they will get to Rich Hill. They hit lefties a lot better. I absolutely love the New York Mets in this game to break that losing streak that they're currently on. The Pittsburgh Pirates are on a 2-game losing streak as well, and they're playing at home. But I think the New York Mets, after that series against Atlanta, they'll bounce back. Lindor will be hitting from the right-handed side. He's been a lot better from that right-handed side this year. So I think he gets to Rich Hill, and the New York Mets come up with a victory in Pittsburgh today.
All right, we got Nick here on the Mets plus 106 here against the Pirates. Yeah, the Pirates, to me, were disappointing here against that ace. Just like Contreras' start that was just really a downer.
7 runs. 7 runs in that first inning. That absolutely killed them. They had a chance to come back. I will say Santana had bases loaded with 1 out in that game. I believe the game was 7-4 when Santana was up with the bases loaded and grounded into a double play. Absolutely killed them for the Pirates. I actually had the Pirates in that game, but yeah, just a bad series in their last matchup against Oakland at home. Disappointing to be a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, but I think the Mets, even though Pete Alonso is not in the lineup, they get to Pittsburgh and Rich Hill today.
There you go. And Nick here, Mets plus 106 here against the Pirates. This one starts top of the hour. All right, Nick, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs. Previously said it's been an absolute fire for 2023. 1,905 units of profit for 2023. All documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can verify that. Just go to Nick's Handicapper page. All right, Nick, we've got now still 13 games on the board. Those 640 games have begun. So 13 games on the board from Major League Baseball. That's single from the NBA. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, a lot of MLB going out today. I got my lock of the day, $20 going out today. It's actually starting at the top of the hour. I also have a 3-pack mix in the MLB. We had a little hiccup yesterday going 1-4 out of 5 games, but we're looking to bounce back today. Love the card, love the weekend series. Check out long terms, my 3-day pass as well. We got a big slate of games coming on the weekend, so check that out at Pick Dogs. And also my MLB season pass is available too. You don't want to miss that out. So check that out, and also check the Nerfies out on YouTube.
That's right, guys. Got both Nick Macon over at Pick Dogs, top unit producer over at Pick Dogs for 2023, 1,905 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs based on 100-unit wager. So get on board with Nick. Plays up on the board right now, as well as his long-term passes. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can add a second capper with that too for one capper promotion. Even greater value there, right? Nick, is always great having the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But let everybody know your contributions here to the morning show as well on the weekends.
Yeah, I'll be on the Nikki's Nerfies. Check it out. We got those every day. We're hot right now, as usual, on those Nerfies. So check it out on YouTube. I won't be on this weekend shows, but maybe next week. I'll be here next week on Friday with you, Tony T.
You got it, Nick Metcalf. Indeed, make sure to like, subscribe, hit those notifications so when Nick's videos drop, you get them right away to get the best numbers. Like he's a top unit producer at Big Dogs for him. You want to get the videos right away before these lines move. All right, Nick, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, Tony, always a pleasure. Take care.
You got it. Nick Metcalf here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you miss a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It's going to be time for my pick, so then we get to my pick, and then that's when we get to the recap. So let's go ahead and get my game card up for you tonight. We're going to be looking here at this Nationals and Braves game going head to head here. Let's see if we'll get to my game card here in just a second. We'll pull it up for you guys, and I think we're set to roll here with my game card. Here we go. Nationals and Braves go. Look at this. It went up another half point. You got to be. What are these people thinking about over there? All right. Here we go. Jeez, what are they doing betting this game? I don't know, man. Maybe I'm seeing it differently, but I like the under. I thought it was going to go to 9.5, and it goes to 10.5. What am I missing out there, people? Was it weather? I mean, is it a hot day? We know the smoke's clearing out over there. They're going to play this game. I know the bullpens are rested, right? Let's see here. 81 degrees, wind 8 miles left to right. All right, well, we still have Josiah Gray on the mound here. And that was what got my attention, right? Josiah Gray's pitched very well this season. ERA of 3, whip of 1.42. He's really cut down on his walks. He's cut down on his home runs this year. Remember, he was a 2+ home run guy last year, like 2.3, 2.4 home runs per 9 innings. He's got that down to 1. A.J. Smith-Shawver will start for Atlanta. 1 relief appearance, no runs, 3 strikeouts in 2 1/3 innings. Right-hander, 7th-round pick here in 2021. Really had no college. He spent 3 levels in the minor this year, and really solid numbers in the minors this season. You look at the Braves, they're 15-5 to the under, facing a starter with an ERA of 3.2 or lower. It's the Grays improvement is the key here, and we're going to be going under at 10.5. 10? Let me see if it's 10.5 in most places. This is the sharpest book in the world. They may be the only ones. And, it's juiced to the over in many places, and the sharpest book in the world has moved to 10.5, and I'm seeing 10s in most places. I'm seeing some 10.5s with juice in other places. So we'll go under 10 here with the Nationals and Braves. This one will have a start time here of 7:20 Eastern time. All right, guys, check out Pick Dodge Premium. I've got 4 premiums on the board right now. I've got my best bet here on the board for Major League Baseball on the board right now, as well as a 3-pack bundling my NBA premium with 2 other baseball games. So 4 premiums for me right now on the board over at Pick Dodge Premium. What you can also do is get my long-term pass. I have a 3, 7, or 30 All Sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period. Just select. When you go over to my Handicapper page and you make that purchase, don't forget the promo code PICK at checkout, and you'll save 15% off. Add a second capper with that 2-point capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through, and we'll get to the scoreboard, then we'll get to the recaps here. Give you an update here on the games here, as we will have. Let's get to the top of the board, where we've got the Rangers and Rays. No score here, top of the first. Again, this is the big one today. Battling 2 really strong teams. Could be a playoff preview. We'll see. No score, as the Rangers are out, top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first in this one. Diamondbacks have pushed one across now, 1-0 Arizona on Detroit, bottom first. And then that takes us to the top of the hour. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's get to the recap. We started off with El Nino's like the Heat, plus it's no longer 3.5. That was the news today when we were on the show. This line had moved to 2.5 and 3 in some areas, so we'll see where that is right now. It's kind of showing up at 3 at most places now. So there's been a little bit of buyback. There's still some 2.5s in the marketplace, but 3 is showing up in many places right now there against the Nuggets. Jay liked the Mariners, Angels under 7.5. Chris was on the Astros minus 107 against Guardians. Brian was on the White Sox minus 122 against the Marlins. Rod likes the Reds plus 151 against the Cardinals. Nick on the Mets plus 106 against the Pirates. I'll be on the Nationals Braves under 10. In most places it's 10. We'll call it 10. The one I like the most, I like Rod's pick on this Reds plus 151. This Reds team, the culture is changing in Cincinnati. I'm seeing it right now. This team believes they can win, and I think that that's something to keep an eye on with this Reds team. So we'll go with that, and a good young pitcher on the mound. And their bullpen has improved considerably this season over the previous seasons for the Cincinnati Reds team. So keep an eye there on Cincinnati. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again on Monday live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers here from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. They'll give it their place for you live here on the show. And don't forget, it always gets on the weekend here. It gets started 10 a.m. Eastern Time. With the morning show, you got Chris, you got Mitch, you got Rod. Of course, don't forget the video series from Mitch. You got Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. We got Mitch's Bang Tool shows, Nerfies, Yerfies. Of course, he talks with the experts on a video as well. And of course, we got the Puck Dogs video series with Rod and Chris with those NHL videos. We also have Ron Romanelli with his Major League Baseball breakdown, a pick from every game from Major League Baseball. Jay's Jam Session, NBA Live Jam Session, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, also his morning drop when there's games. Nick Menken with his Nerfies, Yerfies. You want to get those as well. And a lot more content here on the channel. Don't forget Mills with his prop videos as well. And of course, Chris with his home run props. Lots and lots of content, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. So when these videos drop, you get them in real time to get the best numbers. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru. Let's bring in our crew from tonight's show. Goodbye, guys. You guys have a great evening, afternoon. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow here on